gravity is all that I know. She's over me. She's over me. She comes with her hypnotic dance. She holds me here with only a glance. She's over me. She's over me. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wednesday edition of the Paranormal Portal. I'm your host, Brent Thomas. Thank you so much for being here, guys. It's wonderful to be here again. I, of course, am always thrilled to be here doing the show, and I'm always even more thrilled that so many of you guys come to be a part of it. And it's absolute honor and a privilege and a pleasure to have so many people pay attention to me. But I'm not here alone. I got my good friend and co-host, Mr. Don Longbeard, here with me. Welcome. Welcome to the show, Don.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I'm doing good. You all right?
Yeah, all good.
All right, good,
All
good.
So how do I sound? I sound good? Am I?
Yeah, you're sounding manly as hell. I think it's good.
Sexy.
Well, you know, I can't go there because
I'm waiting for Cha-Cha to say something.
Oh, okay. Is she in there?
I'm guessing.
Oh yeah. She made it in.
You know, if you don't call her out, she.
You don't call her out. She'll just sit there like a wallflower.
Waiting for you to notice her. Dee does that to me too, though.
Oh.
Dee will be like, Dawn didn't notice me yet.
Well, you know, everybody loves a little Longbeard love.
I know. The Longbeard loves the love.
Everybody loves that Longbeard attention. I'm telling you. No, she's not here, she says. Sorry, Don, she's not here.
Oh, she's not here. No,
that's what she said.
She didn't just tell Gemini hi. No.
No, I mean, she said in the chat, no, she's not here.
Yeah, of course.
So, yeah. So, I'm sorry, you're just going to have to.
Yeah, she's just going to miss the.
She's just going to miss the festivities. Welcome, everybody, to the show. Of course, this is our Wednesday edition, so we are now underway for 2 full hours of paranormal fun and mayhem. So I hope you all are ready because we're going in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and just so you know, later on in the show, we are going to be doing a few giveaways because, for one, we just love you guys. For two, we're kind of celebrating hitting over 1,000 likes on our Facebook page.
It's only been 3 years.
We're a little slow out of the gate, but I think we're starting to pick our stride up here.
Yeah.
So, but we hit that, and that's a real impressive marker for us, and it's really showing that the show is growing. So we wanted to celebrate that with you guys. So what we're going to do is later in the show, at some point undetermined, we are going to do some drawings based on the people that are in here chatting. So if you want to be potentially included in the possibility of getting a prize, there will be 3 things given away tonight. Definitely get involved in the chat. And that's not penalizing the people that aren't like chatters. That's okay, because we're going to have a second drawing on Saturday. And for those of you who either don't win something tonight, or you're just not into chatting, you just would rather be quiet and kind of just watch the show, which is perfectly fine. I need you to email paranormalportalradio@gmail.com and say what, Don?
In the subject line, it has to say enter me.
Enter me in the subject line.
That's it, because we're not reading the email. If it says enter me, that's your entry. If it doesn't say enter me, you're not getting entered.
Yeah,
that's the second chance. You know, if you don't win tonight, you get a second chance at it. And that's for anybody who's watching this tomorrow or Thursday.
Yeah, on the
Thursday.
replays or whatever.
Right. You've got
until Saturday. At the beginning of the show is going to be the cutoff.
Gotcha.
So on Saturday's show. So by 7 p.m. Pacific time on Saturday, between now and then, send an email. But wait, don't do it yet because you might win something tonight. So
don't do it yet.
If you're already here and active, it doesn't work that way, Cha-Cha. You can't do it and enter me by chat.
Yeah,
it's got to be.
Black Tree just tried it too.
No, we're not doing it by chat. It's got to be emails, ladies and gentlemen. So if you want a chance to win,
she was saying, here's the email address. Enter me. Gotcha. Thank you. You're doing your job, Black Tree. You're awesome.
Outstanding. So it's just our chance to give back and say thank you guys so much for all that you've done to help the portal grow and to become what it is today. And we certainly wouldn't be here without all your love and support out there. So thank you guys so much. And if you do win something tonight, there's a couple items that, we won't need any specific information other than we'll need you to email us. And if you did win...
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, just email... if you won something tonight, email that same address. Yeah. Or email your address to that same our Paranormal Portal Radio email, and we will get it sent out to you as soon as we can. But I might have to go sell some organs between now and then. But we'll get it done because we love you.
Can we just sell Oregon?
Oregon?
Yeah.
I don't know if they're
they're crazy enough. Let's
we
just
can.
sell them.
It doesn't. Yeah, exactly. So just a couple of cool things coming up, and then we'll be doing that later in the show. And now here's the thing: it'll be done all by based on the participants list. Tonight's drawing will be done based on the participants list of the chatters, and it will be Don will be accumulating this stuff all throughout the night. But where am I going with this, Don?
If you want to be in the drawing and you're not chatting, then I'm not going to see you. So say in the chat, put in my name so it's highlighted. Now, not Dawn, Aether Archives. Put that in so it's highlighted so I can get you put into the to the drawing.
Yeah. So that'll just make sure you're on the board for the... Now, what we're going to do is put... Hey, Cade, good to see you, brother. And put you guys in a roster, in a list. And we're going to randomize that list so that it's not like any alphabetical order or anything. It's just a randomized list. And then we're going to run a random number generator to pick 3 of those numbers from that list. So it'll be double randomized. It's completely blind. There's no, I'd like to give this to this person because they've done blah, blah, blah. It's just going to be whoever's here is in there. So it's kind of complicated on our end, Cha-Cha, but on your end, it's just you're here, you're entered.
Cha-Cha, you're entered.
So there's not much more to it. That name still kills me. All right. So anyway, that's the plan tonight, just to let you guys know. But we're going to do a fun-filled paranormal adventure, as always, discussing all things paranormal, which is what we do here on the portal. And I thought I would first start with the hot sheets.
The hot sheets.
Remember on the Men in Black?
Sheets, yeah.
The Men in Black, they go to the...
yeah, that's right. Huh?
They go to the world whatever, all those tabloids and call them the hot sheets.
The National Enquirer. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, very cool. I just got a quick message from Wes. Okay. I had to respond to that.
Yeah, he's in chat too.
Oh, welcome, Mr. Germer. You could possibly win something tonight too. Just saying.
He was complaining about that the other night.
What was he complaining about?
About not having any merch.
Oh.
So I sent him the link, and he says, "You really want me to buy it?" I'm like, yeah, I really kind of do.
He's rolling all VIP up in here. All right. So, but that's the plan tonight. The hot sheet, of course, is my favorite, the Singular Fortean. I love this site. It's just so cool. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for information on some of the weirdness going on in the paranormal and the Fortean world, head over to singularfortean.com. It's just a really cool site, and they got some of the most bizarre stuff up there. But I mean, it's all stuff that's been reported. So let's see what we find in our today's romp through the Singular Fortean.
What?
It says aerial pyrotechnics displayed sparks UFO panic in Leicester, England on Friday the 13th. So they were lighting off fireworks apparently, and People thought that where the world started.
Oh, gotcha.
I think that one sounds kind of self-explanatory, so we'll kind of skip that one.
Yeah, let's skip that one.
Okay, so here's one that sounds pretty interesting. What it says is the search for the Santa Fe monkey continues in Texas. And this is dated September 18th of 2019. Again, singular40and.com. Let's see. Reports of a mysterious primate loose in Santa Fe, Texas, have yet to be resolved, according to authorities. The reports began in the early morning hours of Monday, September 9th, when Santa Fe resident Patricia de la Mora said she saw a large primate at around 2 a.m. Patricia said that she and her husband, James de la Mora, were awakened by a thunderstorm and that she was unable to fall back to sleep when she heard a noise outside. I couldn't go back to sleep because I heard noises, and I told him it's something. I told him it's something. She told KVUE. James said, maybe it's a dog. And I said, no. And I said, go outside and check. It's outside. Go check. She treats her husband kind of like her own personal Longbeard.
Oh, God. Hi, Aaron.
So anyway, she said, so I can't sleep, and it's 2:00, and I look out the window, and I see it was in there. It was a monkey, a really big one. According to Patricia, she did not have time to get to her phone in order to take a picture. She was too stunned by what she saw and stood by the window paralyzed with fear. He tried to find something, Patricia said, and he looked over there and he looked over there, and I closed the curtain. I didn't want him to see me. The animal left shortly after, but it was soon followed by a series of cars sweeping the area with searchlights. Oh. Right after that, we saw some cars coming by flashing lights, James said, and we thought it was the police, but it was just regular cars with big flashlights, big flashlights. At first, James wasn't sure what to think of his wife's sighting, but seeing the cars convinced him something strange had happened. And when they came looking with the flashlights, then I knew, he continued. I think that somebody owns it or has it illegally, because it's dangerous to have an animal like that in a neighborhood. Galveston County game wardens with the Texas Wildlife Commission said they believe the primate could be a chimpanzee. But James said the animal was as big as a person. Well, that's no chimp. It was a big one, he said, like a person. It was big. The Santa Fe Police Department said that they are unable to confirm the sighting, but that it wouldn't surprise them at all if it were true. Residents possess a variety of animals, they said, even some that are prohibited by law. Ooh, maybe it's a squatch. I mean, really.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody's got a squatch as a pet somewhere. Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily a squatch pet, but, I think they're coming at this from maybe an unusual area.
Yeah, you think so.
According to Sarah Haywood, the director of Bayou Animal Services, which serves as animal control for the area, they have received several viable reports following the De La Mora sighting. We talked to 3 people who seem like viable sources that it could have happened, she told KHOU. And it sounds like it was more of a smaller animal, so maybe a capuchin monkey or maybe a spider monkey. I mean, it could be a raccoon standing on 2 legs. I don't know. Well, I think if it's as big as a person, it's not a capuchin or a spider monkey.
No.
I mean, that's probably not possible. Many residents are enjoying the search and flooding social media with Santa Fe monkey parody accounts, but Patricia and James took their encounter very seriously. Today, I'm always looking up in the trees, said Patricia following her sighting. I think it's still around, James said. They haven't found it. We're going to think it's still there until they find it, and when they find it, we're going to be at peace. For their part, the Bayou Animal Services said they are monitoring the comments. What is that? Humming. Do you hear that? Oh, it's your
my mic
microphone.
touching. Yeah.
Okay.
It does that every now and then.
Right. Okay, we're going to take it seriously and make sure that we do our due diligence. We've searched the area, Haywood said, and we still have people searching the area. And if we hear of another sighting, we will go out and keep everybody updated. They asked that the residents take the following steps to aid in the investigation. Do not approach, chase, or try to catch a primate if you've sighted the loose monkey. Take a picture and call animal control ASAP. The picture is to verify what type of monkey that is. Knowing the type will help this monkey safe if it needs to be tranquilized. That's weird. Do not go searching for the monkey. Extra people looking for this animal is going to cause a risk for somebody to get hurt. A team that is certified in dealing with primates is on the ground now helping to locate the animal. Don't interfere. Don't attempt to help. They're professionals and know what they're doing. Please do not call animal control or phone the police station with false comments
No shit, no.
you yourself are unable to verify. This is not helpful to the authorities or to the animal. With authorities are reported searching for small animal, likely a primate, investigator Tobias Wayland wondered why certain details of the De La Mora's report seem to have been ignored. He says, I find it interesting that the only witnesses we have on the record describe the creature as being big, like a person, and yet the authorities are insisting it's a small animal, he said. Why is that exactly? Where are the other reports that convince them of such a thing?
Yeah.
Right now, it seems like that part of De La Mora's report was dismissed as being inconvenient to the narrative.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, that's very
Bigger
very
than
true.
Capuchin. It can't be true.
Well, right. I mean, the capuchin is just a dinky thing.
It's just a little
Right.
Dexter from the Night at the Museum movies.
Oh, right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's
Yeah, they're only this tall. They walk around with a little red cap and a little jacket with a little cup.
they've been known to grind music
Am
boxes.
I profiling monkeys? Oh god, stereotyping.
Don.
I know I'm horrible.
Yeah, you just gotta widen your horizons.
I know, huh?
Oh, wow. I guess it started.
What started?
It started, Don. Dutch foreign nationals arrested after trespassing at Area 51.
Oh my goodness! They couldn't wait till the 20th. Isn't that tomorrow? It's not tomorrow. It's Friday.
Friday is the 20th, but yeah, they were getting a head start, Don. They wanted to be the first ones, apparently.
Yeah.
So
I like that guy's shirt. It says Bianchi.
Bianchi.
Yeah, the Kevin Bianchi, the Hillside Strangler from San Francisco.
Oh, you like that, Don?
No, I thought it was interesting. Sorry. Yeah. That's what I get for being a law enforcement junkie.
Well, there you go. Yeah, so apparently two people decided they were gonna get a head start on the deal and beat the crowds. It's like Black Friday over there.
I know.
If we go early, we can probably get the body ourselves. Nobody will suspect that we're coming early. See, the authorities, they'll be waiting till Friday, but we'll go today. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is our youth of today.
Real quick, I want to say again, do not write right now. If you write to Paranormal Portal and say enter me now, you're not going to be entered. It's not until after the show tonight, 9:00.
And we will look, and we will take harsh measures.
Yes, because we're bad guys.
I mean, it probably doesn't matter either way.
You won't get
we would
entered.
rather that you enter after the show is over,
Yes,
because
please.
then we'll find out who won and who didn't. And then it'll be more important for you to enter. But I don't want to have to go through a bunch of emails and look for the ones that already won and delete those. So, because, I'm kind of lazy that way. So anyway, back to this Area 51 thing, Don.
Yes.
Let's find out what our two heroes attempted here.
You said they were Danish?
They were Danish.
Like cheese
Yeah.
Danish with a nice cup of tea.
Oh, now don't be hateful, Don.
They're certainly cheesy, that's for sure.
Oh, geez.
Oh my god.
All right, let's get going here. According to a press release issued last Wednesday by the Nye County Sheriff's Department on September 10th, 2019, the Nye County Sheriff's Office responded to the Nevada National Security Site for a report of foreign national trespassers. Oh my God.
Foreign national.
Foreign nationals, yeah.
That just got horrible.
Yeah, I know. Their future became really grim all of a sudden. Deputies found their car parked near a gate approximately 3 miles into Nevada's National Security Site property. The occupants of the vehicle were identified as Glovert Charles Wilhelmus, Jacob Sweep, and that was all one person? Yeah, that was all one guy's name. Govert Charles Wilhelmus Jacob Sweep and Thijs Granzier, both of the Netherlands. Both individuals told deputies that they speak, write, and read English, and they said that they saw the no trespassing signs. So apparently the first question was, can you boys read?
They can speak it. They can't read it.
They saw the no trespassing signs at the Mercury Highway entrance to the Nevada National Security Site, but they wanted to look at the facility. Granzier advised deputies that he is a YouTuber, and deputies observed several cameras, a phone, a laptop, a drone inside of their vehicle.
A drone? Oh my God! All they need is a drone.
Wow!
Yeah, they just need a fence then. But
both individuals consented to a search of their cameras, and deputies observed video footage taken on Nevada National Security Site property. Both Sweep and Granger were arrested, and they were booked into Nye County Detention Center and charged with trespassing. Wow. How thick is this? Authorities believe that Sweep and Granger were at the top secret military site in advance of the Storm Area 51 They Can't Stop All of Us event that has recently gained mass attention on the internet. The event, created by a California college student, Maddie Roberts, gained over 2 million followers and attracted worldwide attention at the height of its popularity. Top secret military base Area 51 is roughly 83 miles northwest of Las Vegas, and the desert surrounding it is famous for sightings of UFOs. Although the base is a well-known site for the testing of cutting-edge aircraft, it has also been long speculated to hold extraterrestrial technology. Now, onto the crazy recordings of crazy adventures at Area 51 Granger posted in Dutch to Instagram prior to their arrest. Oh, well done. I hope you enjoy your stay in America. Sweep told KTNV News that the two only became aware of the Storm Area 51 and movement after coming across the Area 51 Alien Center in Nevada. I don't believe that for a minute.
Nope.
The Alien Center is hanging with shirts, and it's kind of like a big thing there, he said. The woman at the Alien Center, the gas station, said, okay, you can go to Mercury, a village near Area 51, and you can watch there. So we're just like, okay, and we go there. We're driving, as I said. We're not the only ones going there, and there was a lot of cars going there, Sweep continued. But we didn't have any intention to storm it because we leave one day before the actual storming dates, and we just wanted to go there. It says to make and then dash to go there.
Well, they'll be here for it now.
Yeah. I guess your stay has been extended.
Courtesy of the U.S. government.
Well, yeah, welcome. 3 hots and a cot. All right. The two men claim they were not aware of the seriousness of trespassing in the area, despite having told the police at the time of their arrest that they can read English and understood no trespassing signs that they had passed. If I wasn't a YouTuber, I'm just here for trespassing, and I think it's not normal for such a small thing, said Sweep.
Welcome to America.
Yeah, he thinks because he's a YouTuber, that's why they're taking it so seriously. Wow, that's just all kinds of stupid. That's a bucket full of stupid.
Yeah.
Granger is a personality on YouTube, on popular Dutch YouTube channel, and currently has over 735,000 subscribers.
Wow.
Sweep is also a YouTuber. Both men were released September 12th on $500 bail. I hope they have PayPal. I think they might need it. I don't know. I'm surprised. Honestly, they would have been within their rights to shoot those kids.
Yeah, true enough. But with that many subscribers, he's got plenty to cover both their bail.
Yeah, they can probably clear that $500 deal. That's Europeans for you. Bigfoot in Germany says.
Yeah, he probably has a pretty good idea on them. Specific ones too. Close up in that area.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
The storming is beginning.
Yes.
And it's going to turn into a Darwin event pretty quick. I mean, really. That's just not.
Watch the Darwin Awards closely.
It's like the Darwin Marathon. Ah, I'm running towards extinction.
Thank God. See you later.
I'm out of the gene pool. That is such a bad idea. Oh my God. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I hadn't even heard of that, but hopefully we're breaking new ground here and nobody's heard of it. But I guess that's a good example. There's always got to be somebody to set the precedent.
Right.
And so maybe that'll spread and people go, maybe we shouldn't do
Maybe
it.
it's a bad idea. Actually, if I remember correctly, Alien Con 2019 has been canceled.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the big festival they were having around there.
Uh-huh.
Apparently, the real promoter, the person who was really promoting it, has canceled the festivities around it. But that doesn't necessarily mean the million idiots won't show up anyhow.
Okay. Well, there you go. I guess they're going to close it down. They're not going to give it any more credibility. So that's kind of the hot sheet tonight. Those are the big ones. Oh, let's see. I did hear about this, and I posted something to our YouTube or our Facebook page about this. I think I did. I know I meant to, but it says U.S. Navy denies clearing UFO videos for public release.
Which just means it's real.
Yeah, well, it does. Yeah, I mean but if they were released by the Pentagon, so
Yeah.
it's not like somebody snuck them out of there. But it says a series of statements received by John Greenwald Jr. of the Black Vault indicate that the U.S. Navy never cleared for the public release 3 UFO videos distributed by Luis Elizondo and the To the Stars Academy of Arts and Science. Elizondo is a former Deputy Defense Intelligence Officer and program head for the secret Pentagon UFO project named the Advanced Aviation Threat Identification Program. God, I love long acronyms. The AATIP. Who currently serves as the To the Stars Academy of the Arts and Science Director of Global Security and Special Programs. To the Stars Academy of Arts and Science is a public benefit corporation created in 2017 to study UFOs. The Navy has not released the videos to the general public, said Joseph Grandisher, official spokesman for the department chief, or the deputy chief of the Naval Operations for Information Warfare. Grandisher's statement followed one received earlier this year from 2 Pentagon spokesperson Susan Gao, Gough, who told Greenwald that the videos were never officially released to the general public by the Department of Defense and should still be withheld. Grandisher's statement also acknowledged the phenomena within the videos, referring to the respectively as FLIR 1, Gimbal, and Go Fast as unidentified aerial phenomena, which is just the official name for UFOs. UAPs is the new UFO. So, the Navy designates the objects contained in these videos as unidentified aerial phenomena, he said. The unidentified aerial phenomena terminology is used instead of UFOs because it provides the basic descriptor for the sightings, observations of unauthorized, unidentified aircraft objects that have been observed entering or operating in the airspace of various military-controlled training ranges. According to Greenwald, the Navy's new statement also contradict information contained in a string of emails recently released by the Office of the Secretary of Defense through the Freedom of Information Act. Those statements include one which Elizondo requested access to the videos to be used in a database of aerial threats from unmanned systems such as drones. That request was ultimately granted to Elizondo with U.S. government use only permission. Uh-oh. Is he in trouble then? Did he just get in big trouble?
Somebody dropped the dime and bent over and picked it up?
I guess so. Unmanned aerial vehicles, balloons, commercial UAVs, private drones, such as quadcopters, etc., continue to pose potential threat to DoD facilities, equipment, and location. Army, Navy, and Air Force have all acknowledged the potential threat by UAVs to DoD equities, but no single unclassified repository exists to share this information across all stakeholders. Elizondo said in the email, "Our collective purpose is to eventually establish an unclassified database or community of interest of related signature data to be accessible by stakeholders such as DIA, the Navy, defense industry, partners, and perhaps even state, local, and tribal authorities to catalog and identify specific UAS threats to national security and or DoD equities. Wow, this is really hard to read. That's a lot of official speak. So basically, they didn't have permission. I don't know what it's, I guess, let's see. Neither the TTSA nor Elizondo have responded to requests for a statement regarding the Navy's denial, added Grindelwald. And this news follows the chain of information slowly releasing through the TTSA and government sources since 2017 when news broke of the Pentagon's secretive UFO project known as the Advanced Aviation Threat Identification Program. Let's see. Oh, that's really weird. So most recently, TTSA claimed to have acquired multiple pieces of metamaterials and an archive of initial analysis and research for their controversial ADAM research project. ADAM is an acronym for Acquisition of Data Analysis and Materials, and is an academic research program focused on the exploitation of exotic materials for technological innovation. In other words, weapons.
Right.
that won't hit your Prius anytime soon. You know, I mean, they're not going to be like making ultralight mopeds or something. That's just for new military stuff, is what that means. So, very interesting. I don't know what that means for Mr. Elizondo, if he's in a world of trouble right now or not. I don't know.
I can imagine so.
It would sound like it, wouldn't it?
Well, if whistleblowers in general get as much as they do, then somebody who drops that dime is going to go away for a while. That's all there is to it.
Right.
So.
Very cool. But that's kind of in the news, ladies and gentlemen. So that's just keeping you up to date with all the paranormal news that I can find in a really quick search. So, because I just go to Singular 40 and then see what they're talking about.
So just to let you know, I only have 20 names on this list because people aren't chatting.
Oh, well, that's fine. Then that increases the odds for those 20 people.
That's right.
We don't, if there's 20 people chatting, cool. If there's 50 people chatting, cool.
There's 55 watching right now, though.
Oh, is there? Well, welcome, everybody.
There's only 36 likes. How are we supposed to run a prize program if you guys aren't going to...
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, if you come in later, we're doing a giveaway later in the show, and the idea is that first of all, we're putting the active chatters on a list, and we're going to randomize the list, and then we're going to random generate a number to correspond with the list, and we're going to do it 3 times, and 3 people have the potential to walk away with some gifts, like a T-shirt, a mug, and a really cool sticker.
Okay, so I just got Sam. Sam, you're entered now.
Okay.
And Sam's going, what am I entered for?
Sam, you just entered yourself into a prize giveaway. You haven't won anything yet, but you've won the chance to win. If that
you have an entry.
You are now entered into our giveaway option. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're determined not to chat, you don't want to, then just email paranormalportalradio@gmail.com and say enter me, and we're going to do another giveaway on Saturday night. On Saturday night's show. So if just a few options to just say thank you to you guys and to let you know how much we appreciate you, and also to celebrate passing 1,000 likes on our YouTube page, Paranormal Portal Radio. So let's go to something else here. What do you say?
Yeah, let's do it.
Don, how about some freaky phone calls?
Do we have... Oh, yeah, freaky phone calls are awesome.
Freaky phone calls.
I love freaky phone calls. I like getting freaky phone calls.
Oh, I think you're thinking of the wrong kind, Don.
Oh. Well, I've put
We're
out
not
my
covering
phone,
that kind here, Don.
I've put my phone number out there a couple times, and nobody has called me.
Really?
Yeah, nobody's called me, so...
Oh.
Looks like they're the losers.
Well, jaded much?
Jilted much?
Freaky phone calls, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into this. Now, this is any weird paranormal phenomena that may have to do with the phones, and we're going to get into these. First one, Barbara says that many years ago, when married to her first husband, she received a telephone call at about 4:20 a.m. It was her elder brother saying he had just gotten married. The call woke up her husband, and she spoke with my brother. I don't know why it says that, for about 5 minutes. Barbara hung up and went back to sleep. About a week or so later, she was visiting at her mom's home, and this same brother was there with his wife, and she thanked him for calling her, and she got this odd stare and his mouth fell open. He told her that he had called their mother, but he had never called her at all. Barbara turned to her mother, and she related the entire conversation she had with him, and then Barbara related the entire conversation she had with him. And these conversations were literally identical and at the exact same time. Ooh, wow. That's kind of spooky.
Yeah.
So, very interesting.
Ooh, spooky.
Suki?
Suki.
What's Suki?
Suki. It's the word spooky without the P.
Oh,
come
okay.
on.
I'm sorry. I don't speak Longbeard, I guess. I'm not fluent in Longbeard.
Ah, jeez. What have I got myself into?
I don't know. You've been into it for 3 years, though, buddy. It's
gosh.
I don't know. You had all the warning signs long before this.
I know,
That's all I can
know.
say.
This guy's nuts.
Codependency, I guess.
Codependency. That's a safe term for it.
So this strange incident happened in Janine's home at Christmas. Janine's husband had his cell phone on our dining room table, and it was turned off for the evening. Her purse was in their library, where her husband was playing a computer game with their daughter. In her purse, she had her cell phone turned on. And as her husband and daughter were playing, the cell phone rang, and Janine's husband picked it up, and it said the incoming call was coming from his cell phone.
Ooh.
He thought their son was playing a prank on him and ran into the room where Janine and her son were in and told him to stop messing around with his cell phone. They laughed at him and asked him what he was talking about, and he said, "Your phone just rang, and it said the call was coming from my phone." This is where things get weird. Weirder, yeah. No one was even in the same room as Janine's husband's cell phone. Her husband checked his phone, and sure enough, it was off, just as he had left it. Now, I don't know. Is that how does that work? Can phone numbers be cloned?
Yeah.
Like, meaning that, obviously people can spoof phone calls.
They can clone your whole phone.
Right. Well, I mean, no. I mean, can they basically make it look like it's coming from a number
Yes.
it's not? And that's,
Yeah.
I think it's done through voice over IP phones. They can do that.
Oh, they've been doing it with cell phones for years. As a matter of fact, I think there was a college football team who had a whole bunch of cloned phones. And they got in some massive trouble regarding it.
Oh, okay.
I almost accused somebody, a specific one, but God forbid I do that. That'd be wrong of me.
Okay.
But, I mean, they clone the whole phone. They've got your phone book, your number.
Oh.
They can call from that phone. They can text from that phone. Yeah, it's
Creepy.
possible.
Okay, well, we got a phone call ourselves.
We got a phone call.
Well, let's get to this phone call and see who is calling.
Absolutely.
This is area code 228. You're on the air with us.
Well, hello, good evening. This is Hazel. Great show, Paranormal Portal. I absolutely love listening to you guys. And, I'm rolling back to when you went to Montana and you were talking with the voices that you were hearing, that you were monitoring. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you good. Thank you.
Great, wonderful. Well, while y'all were monitoring them, and I was listening, and I kept thinking, you touched on the subject that you don't like to upset the spirits when you're trying to communicate with them.
Sure.
And I have a question because this rolls back to a story that my father always told me.
Okay.
And when I was a young girl, I've seen spirits the majority of my life, off and on.
Okay.
And he always told me as a little girl, ask them their name, ask them where they came from, ask them what they did before they died, and ask them when they were born, ask them when they died, and ask them what they're doing now.
Oh, wow.
And the key question was ask them what they're doing now. Now, keep in mind, my father was once a chief petty warrant officer in the Army.
Okay.
And he was also half Native American. And in knowing that, he was in Korea at one time, and there was 2 other officers with him. And as they were standing in a place in Korea, all of a sudden, a ghost appeared to them.
Oh, wow.
And it was a Korean woman. And she had a Korean bayonet in her hand. And she threw it across the room. And the two other officers with my father witnessed this. And my father caught the bayonet, and he brought it home with him. And so, as a little girl, when I began to see ghosts appear every now and then, it frightened me terribly. So my father always asked me, and he always drilled it in me, to ask them their name. Ask them when they were born. Ask them when they died. Ask them what they did before they died, and ask them what they're doing now. And any time I've seen a ghost that was just a restless spirit, when you talk to them, they vanish. But a poltergeist does not vanish easily. And those are the ones that might pick up objects and hurl them at you, or they might slam a door. And, I've listened to your show a lot, and I really admire y'all for allowing people to tell their stories and to talk about things that are paranormal. Because nowadays, we really need the format to where we can voice those sorts of things. And I just wanted to share that story of, my father catching a bayonet and bringing it home. And yes, telling me how to address the spirit.
No,
and one thing I'd like to add, as when y'all were in Montana, there was times that I was sitting on the end of my seat, just because some of the voices that you were tracking, they did sound somewhat demonic. And I wasn't there to feel the presence or the essence as you were.
Right.
But can you share with me your feelings about that?
I know what you're talking about, and I remember some voices coming through that were really, really horrible. And but I can tell you that I honestly never felt like I was in danger. Oddly enough, I've lived my life around a lot of paranormal phenomena for years and years and years. So, and I can't say I don't ever get scared, but I don't startle easy for that kind of stuff. I never felt like anything was hell bent on doing me harm. Like, I never felt like, something really, really dark was going to try to harm me or Dan. But it did. There was just such an energy in the air, and it was like, sometimes it was like soup, like you just feel like the air is thick with suspense and with energy, and it was really incredibly intense. I guess at the time, especially when it got dark, I was really more unnerved by the idea that there could be mountain lions or grizzly bears or, any number of predators that could come up at any time. And we were absolutely alone on that mountain, miles and miles away from any kind of help. And I was just thinking, about the gravity of that situation and how dangerous it could become. So for me, that was first and foremost on my mind, not to mention the fact that it's a well-documented hotspot for Bigfoot activity. And, that makes you a little unnerved too, because if they don't want you there, things are going to get ugly really quick. And so all of those factors multiplied on top of each other really made it an incredible night, but incredibly intense, I guess is what I can tell you. I know that I've listened back to the recordings a lot since the time that I was there, and I've heard things that I didn't hear at the time because my head was really just on a swivel. I always felt like I needed to be watching every direction at once.
To everything.
Right, every noise, everything going on around us, and but I've heard more since I've got home and listening to the responses and the things that came through that I find really incredible. And I've been really impressed with the things that you guys, the listeners, have been pointing out that you're hearing in those recordings. Because
I haven't even seen any of those.
Oh, well, I'll have to share them with you later.
Gosh.
But yeah, I mean, it's really cool that people are pointing things out and
Right.
and saying, hey, I think right here it said this. I've heard somebody mention that it said my name and they were surprised. I wasn't absolutely shocked. But I think my focus was so divided between all of those variables that at the time I was just, looking for real clear indications, and then looking looking in the back of me all the time that I could. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was a fantastic experience, and I was sitting on the edge of my seat as I was listening to what y'all were enduring, and Dan was just so calm,
Yeah.
okay? And because you had to stand outside the cabin, to pick up a cell phone signal, I kind of wondered if perhaps, they were interfering with the signal. I kind of wondered about that.
Yeah.
And not only that, but there was times when, because they were trapped, some of them were trapped miners in the mine.
Mm-hmm.
And, in trying to help restless souls find their way out.
Yeah.
I have a tendency sometimes to ask the spirit, whom do you eternally serve? Because I really, it's not a holy roller question. I'm curious as to whom do they eternally serve.
Mm-hmm.
And that general, and I must say there's times when you don't get a response as to whom someone serves,
Mm-hmm.
as in the spirit realm.
Sure.
It's very questionable, and there's times when yes, I have been answered, and no, it wasn't a good answer.
Oh, jeez. Now, I will tell you that when we were in that cabin, in that abandoned hunting cabin up there, that was the really, really weird time, because during the day we'd been in and out of there and kind of setting up our plan for the night, or later when we would come back and actually do the investigation. And I had 2 bars of reception the whole time I was in there, all the way through the cabin. I was like, well, this is great. We'll be able to stand right here. But as soon as we started, then it was like my signal was dying, and I couldn't even stand in the cabin. By the end of that time, I had to be outside by myself while Dan was inside. And that was a really creepy feeling, because of all, my everything was exposed. I just felt completely at the mercy of whatever was going on. So it was really intense, but I got to tell you, I'm really glad that we did it. We had an amazing experience, and it's certainly one that I can check off of the bucket list.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, gosh, I heard that, and what was even more amazing is you were sitting in Squatch territory, and while you were busy engulfed in the conversations of the spirit realm that y'all were picking up and investigating and documenting, did you at any time notice the stillness of the air while you were standing outside the cabin? Did you hear any birds?
No.
Were you hearing locusts? Did you hear crickets? I'm dying of curiosity to know.
Well, it was really kind of chilly up there. And so I think that may play a part of it too, that there really wasn't a lot of natural, like, animal noises and stuff, like crickets and bugs and things, because I think it got cold enough that they may have become dormant. But yeah, the whole night was absolutely still. It was like everything
Right.
held its breath.
Because in the background, I didn't hear not one bird.
Yeah.
You're on your cell phone, and that I really noticed you could have dropped a pin other than the voices that you were hearing and documented.
Yeah.
And I found that to be very, very odd.
It really was. And maybe you're right. Maybe there should have been a lot more noise. I guess in the moment, I probably wasn't as focused on that as I should have been, because that can certainly be an indicator that, something is about or could happen. But the one noise that I did hear that really, really freaked me out, and Dan heard it too, was when that shuffling noise happened, and it sounded like somebody was running up the defunct path behind us. And that just freaked me out. I mean, I was like, and we turned around and couldn't figure it out. And then it turned out it was a flock of birds going overhead, but they had the loudest wings I've ever heard. It was just like that when they flew over. And it sounded exactly like somebody would sound if they were running on that road coming towards us. It was really freaky.
Wow. Did you feel a presence or essence in that moment?
In the building, I think there was a strong presence. Even Dan remarked many times after we left there that, man, there was something dark in that place. He said, the whole time that he was sitting in there, he felt like someone was in the corner just glaring at him, and it was just getting to the point. And when it said get out on the equipment, we listened. We were like, okay, see ya.
Well,
So
yeah, I mean, and I heard that loud and clear too. I mean,
Yeah.
I listened to your recordings. You know, I listened to it twice
oh, okay.
because I was very fascinating. It was very fascinating that you guys were going through this
Uh-huh.
and really took it seriously.
Oh, sure.
And you know, that and when the voice said get out, yes, that was the one I was referring to that was demonic.
Yeah. It felt plenty dark. It really did.
Diabolical, demonic, you know, and in that given moment when it said get out, did your hair rise on your arms? I mean, you know,
Yeah.
describe your feelings.
Yeah, that was a reality check. It was at that point we knew that whatever was going on, it was only going to get worse if we tried to stay there, you know. And so we had already had a lot of really cool responses, and at that point, you know that you're just really pushing it, and it's going to get ugly if you don't listen. So we listened. We moved on to the next location.
Yep.
Okay, and the woman that was crying
Yeah.
and the little boy that you kept talking to,
Yep.
you know, I kept wondering if they were really restless spirits wanting to be saved, wanting to cross over to the other side.
Yeah.
You know, and then you're in Squatch territory, and the Squatch may have been listening too, because, you know, I kind of feel that the Squatch have some very serious paranormal abilities as well.
Oh, sure.
I can't prove that, but I sure believe it.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting there and I'm wondering while this is going on, you know, and y'all are dealing with the woman and you're dealing with the little boy, and yet you're sitting in Squatch territory. And I mean, it was just awesome. Your courage.
Oh, thank you. That's really cool. And I'm really glad you enjoyed it, and I really hope that people would. The only thing I would change if I could was to get a better signal somehow. Like maybe if we ever go back up there again to get a
Some
booster.
kind of a booster, a relay,
Yeah,
something
a lot
down
of the
the road.
A lot of the companies can give you boosters that are portable, and they cost money, but it would have improved the quality, and I really felt, although I was really, to be honest with you, very impressed that we were able to stream it all, because we were literally miles and miles away from anything, and there might have been a cell tower somewhere down in the valleys below, but that we had 2 bars was really impressive.
Well, and not only that, have y'all explored what the rocks actually were? I mean, you know, you informed us that yes, this was at one time a very large mining settlement.
Yeah.
But the rocks, you know, the way they were piled up, you know, I just wonder if there's some hidden history somewhere on that, hidden in some Montana library somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Well, Duke has told us that Montana is actually known for, there's a couple of ancient megalithic sites that are there, and he really believes that one is just one that they haven't found yet, or they haven't authenticated it yet. But I'm pretty sure the way those huge boulders were just standing on their edge with no support whatsoever it was just incredible, and they really did have an energy about them. And Dan Pruitt, the investigator, brought along a Geiger counter because he uses that because he believes, he's been researching portals a lot, and he believes that if spirits open a portal, there should be a release of gamma radiation. And when we were on that site up there, it triggered twice with huge gamma bursts. That shouldn't have happened. So something was going on at those rocks.
Ooh, well, that makes me want to ask the question, did you do any research on the ley lines? That's spelled Ley, the ley lines.
Mm-hmm. I have not.
Are you familiar with ley lines?
Sure, I'm familiar with the concept of ley lines, but I haven't researched it. I have not gone that route. I guess that would be a good thing to check into for sure.
It was just one of those curious questions. Couldn't help that asked that. And I won't keep you too much longer in order not to be a mic hog and to let others call in and have a chance to talk with you. I will bid you adieu, and thank you so much for entertaining me and giving me the chance to talk with y'all. I greatly admire your channel, and thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much, and keep watching too, because I got another. I did release another recording of when we investigated the cemetery. If you haven't seen that yet on our channel, and I have another one of a daytime investigation that happened before those nighttime investigations that I streamed, and so those are just recordings, and I'll be releasing that within the next day or two. So watch the channel for those.
Oh, awesome. Thanks for that early tip. I appreciate it. And this is 5 Hazel. I'm signing off now. And hello, everyone in YouTube. You're greatly appreciated. And y'all have a fantastic night.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you. Have a great night, and thanks for being on the show. Very cool.
Awesome, yeah.
That was a fun call, and it's kind of cool to be kind of interviewed on my own show. That's awesome. I mean, I really do appreciate that, because that was a lot of great questions about the experience, and
it shows that people are actually paying attention and wanting to that interaction. So
yeah,
it's great. It's just great.
It really is. And thank you so much for that call. That was awesome. And I'm glad you guys enjoyed those videos. It was incredibly unnerving night. And I can't say I was scared, but I was definitely concerned about our situation a whole lot. So I really appreciate it that you guys are checking it out and enjoyed it. And we are certainly working to do more of those. That's definitely on our list of things that we want to do with the portal, is to continue doing live streamed investigations when we can.
Yeah, no doubt.
So we'll definitely bring you more of them as soon as we're able to.
So we have 61 watching and 54 likes.
Oh, good.
And we have had our drive-by thumb down dick come through.
The thumb down dick.
The thumb down dick.
It is kind of a rotten thing to do, but somebody just is hating.
Yeah, that's
you know what they say, Don. When you're doing well, there's always going to be haters.
That's
so
true.
I guess that just is a compliment. Thank you, Taz.
To us, it's all just analytics, so it's okay. You can do whatever you want. What'd you do?
Nothing. I hit T and it just kept typing T's.
Oh.
I even had my hand lifted up. Did you see that? I was like, they kept happening. I was like, nah. I was just thanking Taz. She said she loved it.
Oh, yeah.
Those videos. So very cool.
Gemini said she loves them too. So
oh, thank you,
Gemini. Shout out to her.
I love you all. Thank you so much.
Kate says, when you have haters, you know you made it. That's awesome.
Amen, Cade. That's right. Bro fist.
Bro fist, yeah, exactly. Give me a bump.
Kind of stealing that from PewDiePie, but yeah.
Gonna leave me hanging, huh?
Oh, that's you. Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
We'll just bro fist right
there
here.
There you go.
Nobody hanging. Yeah, very cool.
So yeah, that's really cool. Oh, hey, can I mention spaces between real quick?
Please.
Hey, do me a favor. Run over to the spaces between. Let me see. I've got
YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, that's Paisley's YouTube channel. Let me pull that up real quick. But jump over there and just subscribe. You don't have to ring the bell. Just subscribe. She's almost to 100. We did this for Cade the other day. So she's almost to 100. So jump on over there, give her a subscription, and bump her over that 100 spot. And then and we'll just thank you very, very much. So shout out to Cade. Glad we could help a little bit with that. Now it's time to help Paisley make that 100 mark. And there's Paisley's page right there. Oh, well, good. Black Tree, that's right. Black Tree has it, so that's right.
Yep, she does.
Of course.
Yeah, it'd be great if you would stop by there, and I know she's working really hard to build her community as well, and putting a lot of love into her her channel and into her shows. And Don has been really instrumental in helping her with producing a lot of what she's doing. So it would be a great thing if you'd help support that too.
Yep, absolutely.
But yeah, so
wow, can you believe it? We've been in here for an hour already?
No, it goes by like a blink. It really does.
Yeah.
It always helps.
I got you, Robert. Keep going. Sorry.
Oh, it always helps when people call in. It's great to hear from different listeners around and hear what they're thinking. I mean, it's also so flattering. It's like, wow, really? You really like it? That's cool. I don't know. A lot of with these shows, a lot of the decisions are kind of made in a bubble. We don't really know how any of this is going to work out.
This-
Even each show, we don't have any clue.
This is all we got.
Yeah, but we put together these ideas because we certainly want you guys to enjoy the experience with our show. We don't ever want it to be stagnant, like, oh well, yeah, hey, he's reading more stories again. Okay, cool. I can watch the replay 5 weeks from now. And it would be the same as every other show. So we're trying to do a lot of development into creating a variety of things that we're doing for you guys and with you guys to hopefully create a show that you continually want to tune into, because every show has a shelf life, and so to not evolve, I think, is the death of a show. So we're certainly working on that. And if we're doing things that you guys hate, it's okay to criticize us. We may not listen, but it's okay. And it goes into our filter and it becomes part of our process when you guys say, I don't like this, because I've received those emails too. And that's fine. I really mean it. If it's done in a polite way,
Right.
I love it.
Right.
If it's done like a dick mail, then it's no fun, because it's
Right.
like, oh, do you really have to, just be a jerk?
Right.
Is that important to you? So it depends on the nature it's delivered, but constructive criticism I love, because we are motivated to do the best show that we can and we are able to do. So your guys' feedback really makes that and helps us mold the vision of what the portal will become. So, all right, let's go back to the phones.
Renee, somebody on the phone?
No, the phone, the list.
The weird. Yeah, we were talking about funky phone calls, weren't we?
Yeah. And then we got a cool phone call.
Freaky phone calls.
Yep. But then we got a cool phone call. So
I'll give you
that was
my
a lot of
number.
fun. My number is 1.
One is the loneliest.
No, that's not the way I was going with that at all. Don, you're getting muted. All right, Don has been muted, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go, Wes.
He's
There you go, Wes. That's how you do it.
Yep, this is how it's done, Wes, just for future reference if Don's ever on your show. It's just you just got to flex the wrist, and it's all in the wrist. It's all in the wrist.
He does his wrist real well.
Oh, my God. I should have muted you longer. You just went full jerk. Oh, no. Let me read from this list now, shall I?
Yes, the freaky phone call list.
So this person, Sian, says his mom usually picks him up from work, and she doesn't work very far from him. So one Tuesday night, they were driving home when he asked her how dad's computer classes were going. His dad usually attended computer classes every Tuesday night, and she said she didn't know, as she hadn't spoken to him about it. And she asked C-I-A-N, how would you pronounce that? Cyan? Cyan, okay. Cyan why? And he replied, well, when I was speaking to him, he said he was having some troubles, and they've been given 3 assignments to complete, but he couldn't finish assignment number 2 as the computer wouldn't save as. And I think he eventually managed to do them all, though. Oh, right, she said. That night, with the earlier conversation forgotten, Sian was watching TV, and when his dad knocked on his door and asked how he knew about the 3 assignments and about how he was having troubles with the second one. And Sian replied, well, you told me that on the phone. His father said that he didn't, and that there was no way Sian could have known that because he just came home directly from computer class, and that Sian had the conversation with his mom before he even went to class. Sian was sure he had spoken on the phone about it, but he can't recall how, where, and when. Well, that's kind of weird, huh? So it was a premonitionatory, I don't know, premonition. All right, so the next one is, this one is more of a call from someone who'd passed. Sometime in 1999, Judy's phone was out. Her mother was at work and she was asleep when the phone rang and woke her up. Well, she answered the phone but didn't hear anything, and she listened, and then this man said something that she didn't understand. And she said, what? Well, the man repeated himself. And he said, is this the barber shop? To which Judy replied, no, and then she didn't hear anything else. The phone sounded dead, so she hung up. But she soon realized that the person sounded exactly like her grandfather, who had been dead for 4 or 5 years. The phone wasn't even working at the time it rang, because after it had rung, she picked it up and the phone was still out. Judy says she is convinced that it was her grandfather. Wow. So there you go. Aaron.
Aaron, yeah, I know.
Quit bagging on my pronunciation, Germer.
Well, I was laughing. I was laughing because I think I was talking to Cade, and I told Cade that between you and Germer, my name might as well be Aaron from GA.
Oh yeah, Ghost Adventures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I seem to be the butt of those jokes.
We'll call you Bacon Boy.
And if you don't know what I'm referring to, that means you have to tune into our podcast on Friday night.
Yeah, if you haven't heard it, of course you haven't heard it. Nobody's heard it except
Nobody's heard
Donna
it yet.
And Wes, of course, he heard it. But yeah, that was so funny.
It was, yeah, Germer, I heard that.
That was so funny.
Oh, Wes, you're a killer.
That's awesome. It was a great show, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to love it. It's coming up this Friday on our podcast. So that was so good. It was just perfectly timed, too. It was just like we were in this deep discussion, and then he pulled that one out. I was like,
Brent Bagans and Don Goodwin. Great.
oh, my God. Now I got tears. Hold on. My eyes are going to start burning.
You know what? I better say this real quick because Jess is late as usual.
Huh?
So you're entered into the drawing, Jess. It'll be at the end of the show tonight.
Oh, I thought for sure she was in here before.
She may have been, but she's only been here for like the last maybe 15, 20 minutes. Maybe,
gotcha.
Maybe a little longer, but it hasn't been more than an hour.
So that was some freaky phone calls. I hope you guys enjoyed those. I enjoyed them. I think they're good.
I don't wear red shirts, Wes.
Don, take this tricorder and go into that mine.
Oh my God!
That's how it goes. We should get you a red shirt. That'd be kind of funny.
No. I don't wear.
Wes says, "Do the drawing now. We can't wait." What?
Kate says, "Ha ha ha." Don is a red shirt on. Oh my God, you guys are killing me. Why do we have so many famous friends?
That part I'm not sure about, but I'm glad we got them.
I'm glad we got them too. Oh man, you guys are killing me.
I don't know how they found us, but
I'm
sure glad they did.
Scotty wore a red shirt, by the way, and he lived.
Oh, that's true.
That's right.
Maybe it wasn't red shirt. What color? It was the red shirts.
It was the red shirts.
Yeah.
But it wasn't Scotty.
Scotty was smart enough to wait by Kirk. Everyone else didn't get to wait by Kirk. They had to go do all the stupid stuff and get killed. Kirk was the muscle in that show. I'm here to tell you.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So anyway.
Oh my. Goodness.
Oh bother. Wonder why I was down here. Did I already read some of these? I'm looking at this other thing that I had pulled up. Do you want to do the drawing now, Don?
Do we want to do one?
Sure. We can do the first one. Which one? Should we start low and end high?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, let's do the first giveaway then.
Okay.
So Don has now compiled a list of everybody that's in the chat,
and that's only 47 people. There's not a whole lot.
That's pretty good though for our show.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. Okay. Fine.
It's not like we're Sasquatch Chronicles or anything, but we're working on it.
That's true.
So yeah. I mean, we got 58 watching right now is what I see.
Sure. Yeah. That's
okay.
I see 58 with only 56 likes.
And you got Naysay on there?
Yeah, I got Naysay.
Okay.
I got Duck Sauce. I got, well, here, let me call it out real quick.
Okay.
Let me redo this by alphabet. That way I can read it.
Oh, you're just going to read it out? Okay.
Well, just real quick. Art is Life. I got Beth. I got Bigfoot in Germany. Black Tree. Brandon Becker. Brian Sullivan. Mr. Duke. Cameron F. Cha-Cha. Got D in there. Dead Spider 45. Deb Varner. Duck Sauce. Edgelock. Elaine. I got Elaine. Getty Lee. Gemini, Gentry, I Am Pam, Isaac, Jess Mink. I've got Jess in there a couple times. No, I just rearranged the sign. So, anyhow, okay. I got Joe Kukowski. I got Josh, Cade, Christina Potter, Kylie, sorry, Linda, Lisa, Lewis. Got Mary B, Matthew Learned, MCAT. Got Mog. Got Naysay, Relished Razor.
Oh, nice.
Renee Harvey, Real Deal, Robert. We got Robert and Ronan the Voice, Sam Rodriguez. We got Mr. Wes in there. Terrestrial Mac, Tesla Tech 89. You got Tiffany Billieu, Truth Hip Hop, Viscar J, and Wendell Stewart. That's who I've got. That's 47 names.
Did you get Gentry? Did you say Gentry?
Yes, I got Gentry. Yeah,
okay,
got
I'm just
Gentry,
looking at
Brandon
any of the
Becker.
names. Somebody, Chris Calabrese, is he in there? Because he just came into
Well,
chat.
I don't have him. So
Chris
there he
Calabrese.
is. Okay, I got
Okay.
his name.
Okay, so now you're
We'll
on the
get
list
him in
too.
there.
So what we're going to do, first of all, we're going to give away a free Paranormal Portal sticker that you can emblazon anywhere that you like to stick things.
It's good for covering up dents.
It's good for your dents in your car or cracks in your window.
That would be dents in my head.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, anywhere you'd like to stick a sticker, you can stick this sticker, and you'll be proudly displaying the name Paranormal Portal wherever you go. And so make sure it's something that you're.
Did I miss Noli? I got Noli. I know I did.
Okay.
Oh no, she's not on the list. Well, Noli isn't on the list. I'm assuming. Sorry.
Did you have someone named MJ? Just MJ. Says MJ came on after you had the list. FYI. So there's a person.
Who is MJ?
It's right here in the chat. MJ.
Okay,
says,
just MJ. Okay.
Yep. MJ. So we're getting more there. Okay.
Okay, MJ. All right, let's get that in there.
Chacha, they're not pasties. What the hell are you talking about?
Maybe for her they are.
I'm not even going to go there. I can't go there. This is a family show, for God's sakes.
All right, so this one's closed. We're closed. I got 50 names. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let me hit the randomizer.
All right, we're going to randomize the names on the list, so it's not alphabetical. It's in random order.
So 50, and then I've got 1 to 50 in the random
Number generator. And the winner
That's 500.
is?
And the winner is going to be number 36.
Which is?
And that gives us Bigfoot in Germany.
Bigfoot in Germany. Wonderful.
Wait, what's the shipping going to be like on that?
I don't know. Like I said, I got to sell organs on this one. Bigfoot in Germany, you're now the proud owner of a new Paranormal Portal sticker. Thank you so much for playing. All right, so Bigfoot in Germany is our first winner tonight.
All right, let's see here. Delete row. Okay. Row. All
Row.
right.
Okay, so we got one winner underway. We'll do another one in just a couple minutes.
I got you many musings. I got you in there.
Or do you want to just keep going until we're done with the giveaways now?
Well, we are halfway through. Okay, let's just get them done.
All right, so now the next one is for a coffee mug. We're going to give away a coffee mug to the next person on our list. So let's see what the list says.
The list says, hold on just a sec, because the guy running the list is a little... I'm going to randomize it again. There we go.
Drum roll.
Let's go back. Okay, 50 again. Let's do this. And number is 30. And that gives us the name Isaac.
Welcome, Isaac. Well done, sir. You are now the proud owner of a Paranormal Portal coffee mug. And so I hope you like it. Is he in here? Is he still here?
He better shout out, because he's got to send us an email.
Yeah, we're gonna need an email for our and obviously an address to send this to.
Exactly.
Bigfoot in Germany, email us your address to mail things. We will send it there. And as well, Isaac, if you would. Isaac, yep, there he is.
There
Isaac
he is.
Areola.
All right.
Email paranormalportalradio@gmail.com with your mailing address, and we'll get it sent to you.
Yeah, Bigfoot, send us a email with your information so we can get it out to you.
Yeah, we don't want to put we don't want to do that publicly.
There's Bigfoot Michigan Rob. I should probably put him in too, huh?
Oh, he wasn't?
No, because he just came in.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Late guy.
All right.
Oh, he's just in time, isn't he?
Just in time for the T-shirt giveaway. This is the third and final giveaway for the night, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's put it over here.
We'll see who is the winner.
The Wiener. Let me see here. Let me take that out. Delete that. Okay.
Don has a very verbal process.
I do. I talk to myself. So my mother always said, if there's nobody intelligent around to talk to yourself.
There's still nobody intelligent.
Oh my God.
Boom. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here all night. No, I'm just kidding, Don. You're brilliant.
She didn't say that I had to be intelligent. She just said, if there's nobody else intelligent, talk to yourself.
Oh, I gotcha.
Which is why I'm talking to our audience, because they understand me.
They are smart people for sure.
Oh, what am I doing here? Oh, I got to get a new number. Okay, so
Who am I? What's my motivation?
What's my motivation? Okay, and we have for the last one, number 8, and number 8 on my list says Moglon Monster.
Moglon Monster.
Yep.
Moglon Monster, you're now the proud owner.
Paranormal T-shirt.
Paranormal Portal T-shirt. Now, on your email, we need to know
what size.
What size and whether you want white or black.
Yes, white or black.
White or black, and your size, and we'll get that mailed out to you, including your mailing address. That'd be great.
That'd be good.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Woohoo!
Congratulations to all our winners, and congratulations to all of you. And again, we'll be doing another giveaway on Saturday night, and this is not chat-based. It's going to be email-based, and you can enter for that. If you didn't win already, you can email us at paranormalportalradio@gmail.com with the subject line, Enter Me. And Don will be pulling together a list.
A new list, yep.
To repeat a drawing for Saturday night. So if you didn't win, don't give up. There's still a chance.
But if you did win, you're disqualified from the second chance.
Yeah,
That's
don't submit yourself for the second drawing, because that's just not fair.
Exactly. And well, Daniela, you're gonna have to write in and to paranormalportalradio@gmail.com, because you missed the major one. So paranormalportalradio@gmail.com, and subject line only, Enter Me. That's it. That's all you got to do.
Yep. So we'll get you all of those people who email us into that list, and we will do another giveaway Saturday and the second hour of the show on Saturday. So
there you
definitely
go.
be there. Definitely be there for the show. Because, well, I guess we could just email the winner back.
Daniela says, I'm on it.
Excellent. We need more international postage.
So, yeah, if the person, but see, that's the thing. If the person isn't present during Saturday's show, this is for the people who don't generally participate in the chat.
Right.
So, yeah, of course we're going to have to email them. But we'll do it on Saturday night, and whoever wins.
Dead Spider is asking, where can we buy a shirt at?
Oh, well, that would be, hey, Blacktree, can you put up our Teesprings there? So it's www.teespring.com/stores with an S /paranormal-portal.
Yep. But
and you can buy shirts there. As a matter of fact, I just revamped the whole thing. So.
Josh says, can we pay $5 to get entered again? Well, a little more than that, you can have your own shirt anyway.
That's true.
You're in the ballpark there of buying your own.
Buy the shirt.
So, I mean, not that I couldn't use a $5 in my pocket, but, I mean, since it's the case. Okay, so yeah, so any of you that want to be considered for the giveaway on Saturday, definitely email that and say, Enter Me in the subject line. If you won, email us and give us your address so we can send you your prize.
There it is. She just put it up. Teespring.com stores, paranormal-portal. Thank you, Blacktree.
And, there currently isn't a Paranormal Portal bikini, but Julie's got a little bikini in there.
We can actually do it. But I'm not one for that. We're not going to do that. There are leggings, though, that bet you they look good on me.
Wow. We'll just leave that there.
Thank God.
All right. So that's hard to unhear. That's really hard to unhear, Don.
How much? Oh, Kate asks, how much to get Don to stream in a bikini?
Oh, dear God. No.
Oh, man,
No.
You know what? Here's the thing. Carrie over in Bigfoot Odyssey just got. He made a deal. He made a deal with his leadership, his listenership, and he said, "Look, if we meet our daily donation goal for the trip, that he would do something." And one of his buddies donated enough money, and it was like $300.
Yeah.
And said, "Okay, this is the song you're going to play for me." And it was "I'm a Barbie Girl." And he played it on the piano and he sang it, and it was awesome.
It really was cool. I mean, he did it.
It was great. Yeah.
He played the hell out of it, and then he played us some Eagles song as well.
Yeah, he played Desperado.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
He's
Awesome.
quite a talented man.
He's actually a trooper. Yeah, loved it. So there you go. So, but no, Don's not going to do challenges like that. No, not a wet T-shirt contest. Not in a Speedo. Not in a
10,000 subs? No, nothing.
Well, you know what?
Look at people out there.
Why am I the one that's being challenged?
I don't know, because nobody wants to see this dancing anywhere.
Nobody wants to see this either. They don't realize.
Yes, they do.
They only see me.
They
from
do, Don. For some odd reason, they do.
They see me from my moves up.
Yeah. Don't worry, you got that whole natural Lady Godiva thing going on where you can.
Emphasis on the lady.
Your long beard will drape you in
I'll dress up like that. The elf or the gnome in those movies. What movie is it? With the red cap and the sunglasses and the bikini that goes down and only cups certain areas. I'll be like, no, that's not going to happen. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I just work here.
Wow, you don't want to.
So that was our giveaways. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you so much for all of you for being here and participating. Again, email to be included for Saturday's drawing. The drawing cutoff, entry cutoff will be 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time when the show starts. So
Yes.
we're not going to, if you email after that point, we're not going to have a chance to enter you because it's a lot longer process.
You know what? I'm going to have to do a Troll Hunter shirt for Duke. I'll do and I'll have the paranormal on the back and the Troll Hunter on the front.
I want Cha-Cha's thing. Don't break for Dogman.
I don't break for Dogman. Yeah, that's so okay. So the problem with that is they don't make the company we go through doesn't make big enough, in my opinion, for that size of a format. So, excuse me, I haven't, but we could put it on a shirt.
Sure. Yeah, it'd be better as a bumper sticker, though.
Well, that's true.
Well, we'll look into options.
I see what I can do. What was the other one? Somebody mentioned a good one the other day.
I don't know. I don't remember much, Don. I'm
You expect me to?
Well, yes, you are my long-term memory.
Yes. Yeah. Right.
No, I don't remember what else. We've got a lot of suggestions through the ages, but definitely, mods need a bouncer shirt. Elaine says.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Paranormal
All right.
Troll Hunter.
So, Don, did you have anything you wanted to read?
You know what? I haven't actually because I've been working on this whole thing.
That's true. You have been.
So,
I just wanted to check before
I'm all
before
good.
I hogged it all.
I do have to make an amendment though.
Okay.
Earlier I said Alien Con has been canceled. Now that was kind of a off the cuff thing. It really is an Alien Con in Dallas, and as far as I know, it's not canceled. I meant the promoter for the Area 51 thing. As a matter of fact, Alien Con is the 4th through the 6th of October, so it's coming up. Get tickets now. So just wanted to put that proviso, that fix out there. So Alien Con in Dallas, 15 days, October 4th through the 6th. Tickets are still available. So there you go. Wanted to cover my butt on that one.
Cool. However, you can still enter to win on Saturdays.
Now Brent's
drawing.
talking to himself.
I got to talk as I type.
Mm-hmm.
And you can enter on Saturday's drawing by emailing paranormalportalradio@gmail.com with the subject line "Enter Me," and you guys can start sending those emails if you want.
You can do it now.
Yep, that's fine. I think I've already received one before the drawings were done.
Yeah, it was probably Danielle. Well,
no, it was,
before it was done.
It was another one.
Oh well,
it's okay.
It's okay. We only have 3 names to remember. Who was it?
No, I gotta look at this.
No, see, he's not even paying attention to the show now.
I am too. It's my show. Of course, I'm paying attention.
No, Duke, no paranormal pasties. My goodness.
What the hell is that?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
What?
That is. I'll talk to you after the show.
Oh, is that what I think it is? Fine ground,
I think so.
off trees.
Yep.
Oh my good God! Thank God.
So.
Oh,
All right.
thank
So
God.
sorry about that,
Gosh.
ladies and gentlemen. Brent, I'll send you those numbers on Saturday at Paranormal Portal. Wonderful. All right. So let's see what's going on here now. I got more things, and I wanted to talk to you guys. I got a lot of great feedback after we did the Angel show. People really liked that, and they felt that it was kind of cool to hear positive, uplifting stories about some, I don't know if you want to call angelic visitations paranormal, but in truth they are. I mean, paranormal simply means above normal or not normal.
Right.
So, unfortunately, angelic visitations are not normal. Most people don't experience that. And so we are going to, include them under our umbrella of subject areas that we cover on the show, and we have many times. But got a lot of great feedback about that. People are like, that was really neat. I hope you do that again. So I thought part of tonight's show could be doing that as well.
Sure,
so
absolutely.
I got some more of these things pulled up. So this one starts out saying Jackie believes that her guardian angel came to her aid on 2 occasions to help her avoid serious injury. According to her testimony, she actually physically felt and heard this protective force. Excuse me. Both encounters happened when she was a child. Sorry, of kindergarten age. I got all kinds of bubbly stuff happening here. The first experience took place in a popular sledding hill where Jackie was enjoying the day with her family. The young girl decided to try sledding down the steepest part of the hill. She closed her eyes and started down. I apparently hit someone going down, and I was spinning out of control, and I was heading for the metal guardrail, and I didn't know what to do, says Jackie. I suddenly felt something push my chest down, and I came within less than a half an inch of the rail, but didn't hit it. I could have lost my nose. I could have lost my nose. What the hell was that? Was that my phone? It was doing something.
Don't you turn your phone off?
I do. It's silent, but it was vibrating. So I'm sorry about that. Said she could have lost her nose. Jackie's second experience occurred during her birthday celebration at school, and she had run across the playground to place her crown on a bench, and while running back to her friends, 3 boys tripped her. Oh, man, that's brutal. The playground was filled with metal objects and wood chips, and Jackie went flying, and something hit her just below the eye. But I felt something pull me back when I fell, says Jackie. The teacher said that they saw me sort of fly forward and then fly back at the same time. As they hurried me to the nurse's office, I heard an unfamiliar voice keep telling me, "Don't worry, I'm here. God doesn't want anything to happen to his baby." Wow, that's pretty crazy. So was she going to be impaled, but then suddenly was yanked backwards?
Maybe.
That's kind of what it sounds like, but I don't know. I'm speculating because the narrative is a little vague there. But I mean, my God, that's wonderful. That's a great time for an intervention. So this one it's remarkable how many stories of angels come out of hospital experiences, and it may not be so hard to understand. Let me see. Is there a point? Okay, so this is. How do I say this? D-Bay. I'll just say D-Bay entered the hospital in 1994 with acute pain from a fibroid tumor the size of a grapefruit in her uterus. Oh, poor woman. The surgery was successful, but more complicated than expected. I'm sorry. And her troubles weren't over. D-Bay recalls when she was in horrible pain, she had an allergic reaction to the morphine she was given, and the doctors tried to counteract it with other medications, and this made a bad experience even worse. She had just had major surgery, and now she was dealing with the pain of an acute drug reaction. After receiving more pain medication, she was able to sleep for a few hours, and I woke in the middle of the night. According to the wall clock, it was 2:45, and I heard someone speaking and realized someone was at my bedside. She says, it was a young woman with the short brown hair and wearing a white hospital staff uniform. She was sitting and reading aloud from the Bible. I said to her, "Am I all right? Why are you here with me?" The woman visiting stopped reading but did not look up. She simply said, "I was sent here to make sure you'd be all right. You're going to be fine. Now you should get some rest and go back to sleep." She began to read again, and I drifted off back to sleep. The next morning, she explained the experience to her doctor, who checked and said that no staff had visited her overnight. She asked all of the nurses, and no one knew of this visitor. To this day, she says, "I believe that I was visited by my guardian angel that night, and she was sent to comfort me and assure me that I would be okay." Coincidentally, the time on the clock that night, 2:45 a.m., is the exact time recorded on my birth certificate that I was born. That's incredible. I know what it is. I'm getting emails now from people entering.
Oh, that's what
It's
his
vibrating.
phone's blowing up.
My phone's blowing up all over the place. I'm not used to that.
That makes so much sense.
So
Well,
very cool.
You said your phone doesn't ring like for months. You know?
Well, there's times it doesn't, but those days are well over now.
Apparently so.
As the show grows, so does my busyness. But that's okay. I love it. This one is let's see. Dean experienced pain when he was going through a divorce at the age of 26, and he thought a thought of being apart from his 2 young daughters was almost more than he could bear. But on one night of stormy darkness, Dean was given renewed hope. At the time, he was working as a derrickman on a drill rig, and that night he was having serious thoughts of just ending his life as he looked down from the 128-foot derrick. My family and I have strong beliefs in Jesus, but it was hard not to contemplate just giving up, recalls Dean. In the worst thunderstorm I'd ever seen, climbing the derrick to take my position to pull pipe out of the hole as we were drilling, and his co-workers urged him not to climb the derrick, saying they'd rather have downtime than risk someone's life, and Dean ignored this and began to climb. Lightning flashed all around me, thunder boomed, and I cried to God, just take me. If I couldn't have my family, I didn't want to live. But I couldn't take my own life, and God spared me, and I don't know how I survived that night, but I did. A couple of weeks later, I bought a small Bible and traveled to the Peace River Hills, where my family has lived for so long, and I sat down on top of one of the green hills and started to read. I had such a warm feeling enter into me as the sun parted through the clouds and shone on me. It was raining all around me, but I was warm and dry in my small spot on top of that hill. Dean says that these moments changed his life for the better. He met his new wife and fell in love, and they started a family together that includes his 2 daughters. And he says, "Thank you, Jesus, and the angels you sent that day to touch my soul." Well, that's a beautiful story. That's tough, man. It's tough to be absolutely devastated by the curveballs life throws. But man, it's I understand. Sometimes things just hurt. They're just so painful. It's hard to even think about just another day. But there comes a time after every problem where you're glad you stuck it through.
Right.
I mean, you've been through some tough times yourself, right?
Yeah, I have.
And it's just that moment of when things do finally work out, all that stuff makes sense.
Right.
But at the time, it doesn't make any sense because all you feel is hurt. Mm-hmm. And I've been there too many times. But I got to tell you, don't give up. And if someone out there is hearing me and it's tough right now, just hang in there. Just hang in there. Find someone to talk to. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. So let's keep going here. So let's see. Oh, this is interesting. This has to do with, some say that we choose our life, and not many people can claim that they remember this pre-birth existence. But Gary says he does. In fact, even in his middle-aged years, Gary says he can recall some of the details of a conversation he had with an angel before he was even born. I was bodiless, but aware that I was in an area that was darkened, and I was alone except for the entity that was speaking to me. And he says it was at the bottom of a stairway type structure and was looking up the stairs, but not seeing the one speaking to me. And I was very warm and comfortable, but aware and feeling trepidation of what I was about to embark on. This entity was speaking to me and giving me a brief description of how my life would be, and I asked for more information, but it was refused, and I was basically told that my life would not be a hard life, but would lack any luxuries, and that I would experience great difficulties at a relatively early age. And it seems there were a few other small details, but I no longer can remember quite as clearly as I once did when I was younger. And it appears that all this information was correct, as I'm now disabled and in poor health. Wow. Yeah. That's pretty powerful. I don't know. I believe that we do. We have an origin. We come from somewhere. But for some reason we just can't remember. And I guess, I don't know if that's good or bad or otherwise. It just is what it is. But it's pretty wild that somebody would remember before even being born, right, Don?
Right. But that makes me wonder about like these kids that come along and they have a memory of their past life. It to me, I think, but so it kind of falls in the same category with me. It's one of those phenomena that there's really no explanation for. So, yeah,
Right.
I think that's awesome.
I think so too. So, in 1998, Luke was diagnosed with bone cancer at the tender age of 8. Oh, poor kid. As sometimes happens, he came down with an infection, which meant he had to go to the hospital, and he was there for about 2 weeks. And that's when something remarkable happened. One evening, Luke's mom was sitting at his bedside quietly praying as he slept. A nurse came into the room to check Luke's temperature, but his mother noted something really peculiar about her. The nurse was wearing an old-fashioned uniform of the type that would have been common 30 years earlier in the 1960s. The nurse noticed that Luke's mother had a Bible by the side of his bed, and she said that she was a Christian too, and that she would be praying for Luke's healing. Luke's family had never seen this odd nurse before, and they never saw her again. In Luke's remaining time at the hospital, they never saw her one more time. I came out of the hospital fully healed from my infection, says Luke, who was 19 when he told his story. Remarkably, he's now completely free of cancer. My mom believes this nurse could have been a guardian angel coming down to give my mom some hope. Luke says, if she wasn't an angel, then why would she be wearing 1960s old-fashioned nurse clothing? I don't know. That's pretty powerful.
Crazy, yeah.
Yeah. Very powerful stories. It's just nice to know that, maybe we're not in this alone. Maybe there's people rooting for us.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I need all the help I can get. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Hey, Spider, if you want to call in 720-923-0500.
That's the number.
That's the one.
You are right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Anybody wants to call in, you're welcome
Could she
to.
be a ghost? Yeah, she could be a ghost.
She could be a ghost. Yeah, absolutely. So this one is either a UFO or an angel.
Let's toss that coin.
There are people that say that angels and other figures like that encountered in the Bible might actually have been extraterrestrials. After his experience in the 1980s with the most beautiful thing he ever saw, Lewis might agree with that assessment. It was a Saturday morning in Mariposa, California, and Lewis had to work that day. The air was fresh and cool rain the night before, and the morning sky was bright with a few scattered clouds. I was heading out to my car in the parking lots of the apartment complex where I lived when I noticed someone kneeling next to my car, Lewis says. This person saw me and quickly stood up holding a crowbar. The young man was quite obviously startled by Lewis's interruption, and although Lewis sensed the boy was up to no good, it hadn't yet hit him what he was doing. Then Lewis looked through the passenger window of his car and saw that the steering wheel column had been stripped of its cover. He realized that the young man was trying to steal his car. I asked him what the hell he was doing, Lewis recalls. He gave me a lame story about his friend's car being stolen last night and that my car looked like his friend's and so on. I didn't want to hear it, and I told him I was going to call the police, which I did on my cell phone. Lewis dialed 911 and gave the dispatcher the address, and he told the would-be thief that the police were on the way and warned him not to leave. The boy said he'd wait for the police, but Lewis could tell he was just waiting for the right moment to make a run for it. If he did, I wasn't going to try to stop him because his adrenaline was pumping and he had that crowbar. And as Lewis was grilling the young man, trying to detain him, he began to notice 3 rather large clouds in a single file formation that were almost overhead. Then I saw it, he says. A shiny object exiting from the first cloud and entering the next and then coming out of that one. It was shiny like brightly polished chrome and moving at good speed, and I couldn't make out the shape. By this time, Lewis was so distracted by the UFO that the punk saw his chance and took off. And that's when the object entered the last cloud. From there, it was nothing but open sky, and when it emerged, my life changed, Lewis said. There, against the richness of the blue sky, was a silvery shape that seemed to have arms and legs. It was so beautiful to look at the same time, It had the appearance of metal. It looked like some kind of ship with a strange design. The best way I can describe it is that it looked like silverware in the design of the stickman that children draw. It was huge, moving fast, and made no noise. As it sailed overhead, some of the limbs would move up and down, giving the impression of being alive, a living entity. It made a couple of rolls reflecting the sun in every direction. It was just beautiful. Oh my God, beautiful. And as it started to fade away from my view, I found myself short of breath, with tears running down my cheeks. It had made that much of an effect on me, and I began thinking that maybe that's what angels look like, but maybe not. So we don't know what the hell happened with the car thief that escaped and all that, but he saw an angel, so I guess that made it okay.
So, phone call.
Oh, hey, somebody's...
Phone call.
Oh, gotcha.
That's Dead Spider.
Dead Spider. Welcome to the show, 936. You are on the air.
Hey guys, this is Brent, aka Dead Spider. How are y'all tonight?
Hey, good, brother. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. You know, I've been thinking about making this phone call pretty much the entire episode, and you read that story. It's been probably 5 to 10 minutes ago about that person having memories, quote unquote, from before they were born. And you know, it's got my my hands are shaking because it was, you know, it just made my heart rate start going so much, because that's only the second person I've ever heard talk about that. But you know, for the previous hour thinking about calling in, I've been trying to think about, you know, how do you bring that subject up? You know, do you start with like, hey, look, I know this is gonna sound like BS, or, you know, because it's so far-fetched talking about having a pre-life type memory. But
sure,
you know, that story that you read is it's almost identical to my first memory. Now,
wow.
I will say that, you know, this memory, I may have dreamt it as a child. I mean, just it's pretty far back. You know, it's the first thing I remember in my life, quote unquote, in my life.
Sure.
Well, I'll quit prefacing it and just get to the story. Basically identical to what the person wrote in their story. You know, I remember being in. I mean, the best way I could describe it would be the sky, but you know, it's not the sky. It's different. Just it's white, but
okay.
you could see. You know, but it's. Anyhow,
Yeah.
I remember basically the exact same conversation, except, you know, it wasn't the same as what that person says. You know, I was also told that my life is going to be hard.
Mm-hmm.
However, if I chose to go forward with it, I would be able to come back to that place, wherever that was, whatever that was. And I remember I agreed to it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know, as a kid, I've always remembered this my entire life. And similar to the last person, you know, it gets more and more foggy the older I get. But one
Sure.
thing I still remember making the agreement, and I remember growing up, you know, I've always wondered, what does that mean that my life is going to be hard? You know, as a child, I'm thinking, you know, oh, I'm going to get bullied. And then as a young adult, I'm thinking, oh, I'm gonna be poor, you know, as I get older.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, now I'm a father. You know, I have 2 little boys and a wife that I love very much. So my interpretation of hard has drastically changed from what it used to be. You know, I look at poverty as far as being, you know, you know, that sucks. You know, it doesn't even register as hard.
Right.
You know, bullying or things as a child, you know, that's not hard. The things I think of as hard today are, you know, things that absolutely terrify me. Now,
Yeah.
you know, I talked with Tony Merkel about this when I was on his show before.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, he said, you know, don't let it run your life. But that's the thing about this memory is I'm not living my life based on this at all. It's kind of like saying, water is wet. It's just, it is what it is. That whatever that was, the agreement or whatever,
Sure.
it doesn't change things, so to speak. It's just matter of fact, So I guess, it bothers me now to think what that agreement, assuming I'm not, dreaming this as an infant, which is, it's 100% possible. It's just, now being an adult, hard has a lot different meaning than what it means as a child. And, I can't say that things that I consider hard today are what I would imagine would be hard, would be something that I would make that same agreement as an adult. And, that absolutely terrifies me.
Yeah, no,
But, I just figured I'd share.
I appreciate what you're saying, because you're right. I mean, when you're a kid problems seem huge. They seem absolutely enormous. And of course, when you get older, kid problems seem ridiculous. Like, well, that's kind of silly. And when you're in high school, high school problems seem like your whole world. And then you grow past high school and they're kind of silly too. But there's some things in life that would never change their gravity, no matter how far you are in this journey. And of course, there's some things that are more precious than life. And so I understand what you're saying. And I for what it's worth, I certainly hope that you've already experienced what that was considering hard. And, maybe you've already worked your way through it. I don't know. It could be an incredibly terrifying thing to think that there's something still coming that's going to be hard. And I don't know. I just hope that you're able to embrace your life as it is without the fear of, what could be,
Right.
because you certainly wouldn't want to miss out on the beauty of your moments based on the idea that you have to be afraid of the next moment. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. And, that's why I tried to emphasize it's kind of that it is what it is, just like saying water's wet.
Right.
I don't think that there's anything I can do to change it. Now, just like everybody else, and I think you and Don had even brushed on it earlier, you guys have had hard times in your life.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
So hopefully, yes. Hopefully, first of all, hopefully it was a dream. I mean, that's what I would hope more than anything. But if it wasn't, I just don't. If we're making bargains like that before we quote unquote incarnate, I just think, because I've dealt with family deaths, lost my father, things that destroyed me at the time.
Right.
But, I don't think that it is to the level that, you could, how to say this, to almost, I don't want to say bribe your way back, but, like it would seem like if you almost had a get out of jail free card, what would you have to do to get that get out of jail free card? It wouldn't be an easy bargain, while nothing's easy to go through, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I tried emphasizing, our definition of hard, it morphs over the course of our lifetime. So, as you said, hopefully that's all come and go. First of all, hopefully it's not real. Then if so, hopefully I've already dealt with that.
Well,
but,
if
not, that's scary too.
It could just be more of a general statement too. Like, being a person in this world is hard. It's hard for everybody. We all are battling we're all carrying our loads and battling our battles, and it's not easy being, alive sometimes. It's double tough a lot of times, but we all persevere. So hopefully it was more of a general statement, like, it's easy being here in a spirit, but being there is tough. And if you make it through, you can come back. Hopefully it's that kind of thing. And, I certainly, that's what I'm hoping for whatever that's worth, brother.
Yeah. And that's a beautiful point that you make there, so, on that note, man, I appreciate you as always. I appreciate Don, everybody in the chat. Y'all have a wonderful evening. I'll go sit back down and tune in for the rest of the show, but I appreciate y'all taking my call, and I hope everybody has a good evening.
All right, brother. We love you, and thanks for calling in. I appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, good night.
All right, thanks, guys.
Very cool.
I think a lot of people, I think it is. Let me make let me say my opinion.
Sure, please.
And this is just me from what I hear, and I think what, and it's always easier said than done. Don't let me ever give you the idea that, oh yeah, it's, oh, you can do that. It's no big deal. It's like, it's like a person who's in a deep depression. You tell them to suck it up. And what does that mean? That doesn't mean anything to them. They can't just suck it up. But the thing is, though, is to remember, though, that when you are in control of what goes on, period. It's your vibration. It's your mind. I think that you can overcome these things if you can put your mind to it. I really do. If you need someone to call out to and help you along, then do it. But the main thing there, the main takeaway is don't give it up. Don't give up. There's always somebody out there to talk to, or some way to find a way through that forest. So don't lose your sight. So there you go.
I just got my minion is in the chat room. Hello.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
Hello, Elijah. I love you.
Hi, Elijah.
Oh, that's sweet. Hey, Duke, what's going on? Duke says, hey, Brent. I don't know if he's talking about... Oh.
Who knows?
All right. Who knows? But that's cool. It's nice. He's never been... he's 4 years old, so obviously he's not typing. That's mommy typing, but I appreciate it. Thank you. Aw, that's a good thing. All right, so let's continue. Where are we at? Oh, we only got...
Yeah, we're only a few minutes.
I guess there's nothing to continue with.
Yeah.
I think we might be just about done.
Yeah, absolutely. So, sneak over to Paisley's page. She's not quite at 100 yet. You guys can help her. Come on.
How close
Let's
is
do
she?
that. Well, she is... Let me refresh the page. And she is at, my computer's slow, 89. Come
89.
on.
11 more of you.
Come
If you can go over to the
on.
spaces between YouTube page and click like, we'll get her over that 100 so she can custom name her URL channel.
There you go. And let me drop that in there. Okay, there's her link again.
One more time.
Just jump over there. Just hit the subscribe. You don't have to hit the button if you're not interested. We're just helping. We're just, we're the Portal family. We're trying to build that family. So,
Absolutely.
absolutely. So,
But I think that's going to wrap it up,
think we're
Don.
done,
What are you
yeah.
feeling?
I feel like people need to remember about the second chance drawing, which will be
Yep.
done on Saturday.
Uh-huh.
Send that email to paranormalportalradio@gmail.com. Subject line, enter me. Maybe
Gotcha.
I should have them add the word please, because that's always the magic word.
Well,
If you've
Enter
already
me is
sent
fine.
it, enter me is fine, yeah.
it's all fine. Whatever you guys do, we love. Of course, you're spreading the love, boys. Thank you, Cade.
Yeah,
Spreading the love
Cade,
right back to you,
absolutely.
brother. Cade, of course, is our great friend from Australia, the host of the Believe podcast, and he's just been a great friend to us here as well. Wonderful new friend that we found in our journey.
Yes, absolutely.
So, anything left, Don? Other than
Not that I can think of.
that? Okay, guys. Well,
Other than I'm not going to wear a bikini, and I'm not going to. The only thing I'm going to do with a handful of bacon is eat it.
and there you go. I guess that's it. Thank you guys so much for being here. We love you all. Be sure to subscribe if you're not already subscribed to our channel. That will always go a long way in helping to support the show. Spread the word to your friends who may enjoy the paranormal as well. Let them know about the portal, and we're always trying to meet more and more people and expand our family.
Absolutely.
Thank you to all of you who participated tonight in the show, and thank you to all of you who went for that prize.
Yep.
Congratulations to our winners. We're really happy for you. But for those of you who didn't win, there's still another chance drawing on Saturday for one more drawing on Saturday. So we'll get to that on Saturday night, but I'll be back tomorrow night with more of the bedtime stories. We love you all. Be good, be kind, be nice. Take care of each other. Help each other out. Find the magic in every day. And remember to laugh as much as you can. Oh, that's so sweet. The minion was in here. Oh. Love you, Elijah boy. All right. Everybody, love you all. Take care and have a wonderful night.
Good night.
We'll see you guys.